Alright, welcome guys. This is going to be a quick video of me supercutting my VOD review, going over the first Cairo stream, where we famously lost my 50 or 61 streak
Well, after this, I gotta
to,
eat, and then I gotta
to these two
finish
people, as Linux has W specs and it's Venti. Now, in theory, we should have won this game, and we would have probably beat them. However, there was a series of unfortunate decisions that led us to lose. So today we're just gonna go over and VOD review that game. Alright, so I'm going to put the volume down since it's kind of pretty loud. And just want to start through this game. Already here, we can see that they're hippoing. Now, we've been pretty used to playing new opponents here. However, I do tell Cairo.
New people. They're
giving water
okay.
in the drought.
Okay, Cairo, they look sentient.
Yep.
So,
So I just communicated it that they actually hippoed, and the first mistake here on Cairo is as he is the hippoer, seeing that they have hippoed over here. However, he is still playing like they're nons. Now here, obviously, the right play would be to go back to hippo and continue playing. It's not a crucial mistake, as you will see in the future. I do hippo for him. However, it is already starting to show cracks in our methodology, which will only develop further.
Oh shoot! Wait, I didn't defend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, here you can see Cairo realizes his mistake. And now another thing I want to analyze. Here you can see Cairo block in, and a couple comments here. First of all, he does not block himself off when mining into the hippo. That is a mistake. Now, there's multiple things you can do here. First of all, it's a mistake because now they mine into you and they obviously kill you here. I think the correct play here would obviously be to not let the guy mine into you, and at this point, once you already hear mine, because he does in fact have an audio cue that someone is mining above, you would want to kind of go over here and maybe potentially mine around this area, or block himself off over here and go around, maybe go on that staircase over here and go around. So ideally you would not want to just dig straight into him when you have an audio cue. However, I do understand Cairo is a relatively new player, and that is a fine mistake to make. Another thing, whenever you are mining in here, I would want you to block yourself off. However, do not block yourself at the entrance completely. So do not block yourself over here to this point. Block yourself once you're a bit further in. That gives you a bit more wiggle room to play around. And if you put a barrier not at the entrance, you will also have a hole that the enemies won't know about. Because from the perspective of this guy, if there's a wall behind you, he'll just go up patch, and he won't know that there's actually a barrier crevice. This is a fine play. Obviously,
yeah,
he dies, but it's a 2v1, so we're expecting to win it. And game keeps on going. Now this is another mistake over here. If we see, now this is more of an issue with Cairo's gameplay in general, over the whole game and over throughout his career as a whole. He spends a lot of time looking down. If I go to like any random point, most of it is spent looking downwards. Like you can see, well, not in a PvP encounter, but generally you can see a downward tilt and a downward angle within his gameplay. And the issue with a downward tilt is this. So in this engagement, once he skips this guy, which is perfectly fine play, he knows I'm behind, he knows I can get him, he does not see this guy. Now he should know he's here because he just killed him. Obviously he respawned, and I think he was trying to do something where he does a play to the left and then tries to juke him downwards. However, since Cairo does not look up to check, he doesn't realize how close the person is, and obviously he just ends up knocking him off.
I killed one.
It's not a horrible mistake, it doesn't lose us the game, but it's a common on imperfection. This play over here, another one I wanted to comment about. Now, when you drop and hit a person, when you drop and try to get a person, here I think, here I think it's actually a perfect example of keep playing of why you should not do it. Here Cairo gets him, But I think this play overall, if I go back to it, right here, the way he drops. Now, this is the wrong way to drop. Why? Well, because you boosted forward, and what happens here? Obviously, Cairo's behind. This guy's boosted forward. He's even closer. Now, if he was a bit better, he could have maybe placed a head hitter here, gapped, and tried to block in. He didn't do that. He went around in this case,
bypass.
so Cairo was able to get him. However, generally, when dropping like this, and let me go a bit back. Actually, it's a bit.
Okay, we're done.
It's right here. It's a 2-hour stream, so it's harder to. When you're dropping, you would want to drop earlier and place a block over here. Now, since this guy is looking at the ground, he's not able to see the block you placed in front of him. So, and he loses full momentum. So from there, you can just tap him off. It's a much easier technique, and of course on 200 ping, which both me and Cairo are on, it's a bit harder, which is why you have to do it earlier. When you drop this late, all you're doing is boosting him further to the goal, which is not something you should do.
Skip one bypass.
He's dead.
First sweaty
Here.
game.
You know, this is fine play. Obviously, I say that it's a sweaty game,
Ah, he's
but
alive.
I do wanna say something about this. Cairo says,
Sweaty game.
if you listen to it.
Ah, he's alive.
Oh, he's alive, right? But then let's look at this sequence and how it plays out. So here, well, let's go just a bit more back. Okay, I think I have to use squeeze.
First,
So he gets this guy here,
sweaty game.
and that's good. But here, you can clearly see this guy is on 20 health. Cairo hits him once, has no indication of killing him. Now I'm obviously gonna bypass over there. But Cairo has no indication in chat. He has no ding sound, and no way to know if he killed him. And obviously, you want to assume you didn't. However, especially when it's just a straight hit back, it's not even a hit off the map. However, we can see here that obviously doesn't pay off for him. And he
Ah,
gets it
he's
off.
alive.
I think this sequence is fine. Obviously, he fell, but that's alright.
I'll go for him.
And display here overall, him calming. I'll go for him as I skip. That's generally like pretty good. You always want to like split responsibility. You never want to double aggro a single guy because that gives the other person the opportunity to put more pressure onto you. And I think this is 5 play in general.
I'm
He played
skipping
this
right
fine. Obviously, I wouldn't want him to maybe drop over here. So here, where he kind of goes for a somewhat of a suicide play, I wouldn't want him to drop. I wanted him to stay top because there is a chance this guy doesn't fly up the map.
Right side.
This turns out well for him, and he plays it well.
But
I calm that both are dead, and he quickly realizes and keep playing. So,
Kind of a bad start.
right side.
once again, I know what I said again. Too late to a drop. In this case, it was fine. The guy was on 4 health. However, I would like to see a more
Universal?
early drop. Here, I'm clearly distracting 2 people to the side, so I think this is actually a pretty acceptable play. Now, wing-wise, I think he should have gone at the start. He should have gone lightning bridge with 2 blocks to the left and 1 block to this direction. However, this is also fine. It's not
It's that we just
mistake.
skip
And actually, we bring it up later in the match.
I made a
This is
half
fine.
wing. It's not really a good wing. A wing needs to be like farther away.
You can start by going 2 blocks to the side, 1 block to them.
Yeah.
Then
that's actually
switch
something
to
I'd say.
2 blocks to them, 1 block to the side.
Exactly mid-match.
Know what I mean?
This is fine, I think. There's nothing inherently wrong
Oh,
with
what
this.
the? I just
There's
did a
double
0
extension.
CPS double.
I think everything he did here was alright.
I do that on
This
back side.
also a good play, and obviously I scored.
That was weird. I just left. I might be a bit behind.
I need your help.
I see both. It's fine. One's
Uh,
up there.
both,
You got
yeah.
both.
I think the way we dealt with the situation most of the time,
One skipping.
he calms
One guy's
the
AFK.
one skipping, which is the correct thing to do,
I might have it.
and does this play. Now the thing I would maybe
It's
appreciate
AFK.
more about this play is if he would block the sword, because usually what you want to do is you want to walk through them and then block, and then their knockback throws you like closer to their goal. But once again, nothing inherently wrong with this. Everything's fine.
Get
And
I might have
obviously this does end up in him scoring.
Yeah, I have it.
Nice.
Nice.
Huge.
Now here, what he does is fine. Now I would want him to maybe engage a bit earlier. But once again, you're like trading me off. That's fine. As long as you trade me off and then get the next guy. That's a good PvP encounter. Here, I think we've already established that the enemy likes to jump off and hit him off. So I would like to see maybe a wing expansion to the left to kind of limit the enemy's opportunity to hit him off. However, nothing
Stop hitting me,
critical.
Let me bridge, bro.
Yeah, and you can see Cairo says
Double
himself,
push from that
stop
side.
hitting me. Here, yeah, Cairo as well. He trades me. And generally nothing
They
really
might be
wrong
toggling,
with this
because they're, like,
PvP
staying AFK.
encounter. Now,
Why is-
here, if we turn off subtitles, you see the guy accuses Cairo of cheating. And I think it's why they
Oh,
actually
shit.
start
Camera,
trying
bro.
harder
What
later.
the frick? Interesting.
But I want to talk about this part. I want to talk about this part mainly. And if I roll back a bit, I want to look over here. So on this frame, whoops. On this frame, oh wait, wrong frame. Right here, Cairo obviously can see this guy over here. Actually, both of them. And I think the correct play to do here would be to stay in kind of this general area where he is right now. I would say fall back, let this guy drop to the side. Then you could either do a block off play where you walk up this area and then try to hit him, kill him, or even better, instead of hitting and killing him because he's just gonna once again respawn over here. Once you block him off, you could try to go up here or maybe through this opening that we have over here and around up those stairs. He will be forced to first maybe chase you. If he has good game sense, he would go up these stairs and fight you here. But then again, you would rather have an encounter in this area where you can force him to drop and then gap, rather than a second encounter once you kill him after this block off with him being at the high ground and you being at the low ground. Obviously you have low ground advantage, but he can hit your head, he'll knock you off over here, and from there it's easy to kill you. Once again, he's at advantage because he has added base, he has infinite lives, well you have one, so ideally I would want him to go through the side, maybe up, more of a stall play, because he like right now if we play this, I think he plays it too aggressively. I'll show it right here.
Interesting.
So he tries straight for the block in, even though he knew the person was there and was about to drop. He actually did nothing. He didn't even pull out sword. So yeah, he just dies to that.
Flash
What?
out,
Wait,
fire,
wait.
or-
I need to analyze that message. GitHub cheats if you can't make your own.
This advert.
Now here, once again, this is critical mistake. If you're behind the person, you never want to hit them, especially when it's this close to the goal. If in this case, what I would do, I would follow this person all the way to the goal room, and then try to fight them. Well, either try to knock them off of these stairs over here, and I would follow the person up to here and then try to knock them off, or I would follow them over here and then try to fight them here. Because right now you'll see what happens. He just knocked them off. And
But what the fuck is a
yeah,
GitHub cheat?
obviously he doesn't get them because you're not supposed to do with what he just did there. I think that's one of the big issues in Cairo's gameplay. He is too impatient and he sometimes plays too aggressive. Sometimes staying back and thinking about what you're gonna do next is much more important than going right into action.
I don't know.
Open source.
Pure client better.
How do you skid? How do you
A
skid?
bit of
Open
stream lag.
I don't know. That's not
Cairo
skidding.
drops here, and I want to talk about this. So when he drops here, let's replay this.
How do you skid?
We can see both of them top,
I don't
and
know. That's not
none of them visibly went for them. Now I obviously lost a fight with him. However, I would much rather him bypass here, bypass along, rather than void, because he landed perfectly fine.
How do you skid?
From this encounter, he's at what? He's at 9 hearts. He doesn't need to gap. He already has all the time to literally just bypass. He had a lot of momentum. He could even beat them in a 1v1 once they beat them. Because ultimately here, if he was to bypass and I lose the 1v2, my goal would be to stall both of them, so kill neither, and wait until he like races this. Because this is actually a viable race. Because there's no one defending him, and I can hold off 2 for long enough for him to win the race. So I would much rather him bypass here, or he does void, and I think we do get him here. Obviously, I talked about boosting just a second ago. Here plays out right, but you generally never want to risk it. I obviously go for the guy who survived. Kara continues having PvP encounters on top.
Really think I'm cheating. Well, obviously. Oh, one's above.
They are.
Oh, no.
Oh wait, fuck.
Now here, I will be fair. I actually did the same mistake as Kara did. If we go back, I did the mistake of boosting him. However,
I think they fully think I'm cheating.
you can see
Well,
here.
obviously.
When I was here hitting him, I was hoping I would be hitting him out. However, whenever I did hit him, he was already too far in front of me, and he got knocked back there. So that is a mistake on me.
Oh wait, fuck.
That is my mistake, and actually I do that. I do see that in our game.
Alright,
Guys, I'm slow at typing, and also I have to slow through.
what the frick?
Here,
RP void.
I might be able to score.
Oh, fuck, he's.
Never mind.
Here, this is a questionable play. I wanna watch it back. So this guy scores.
He scored 2 goals.
Let's watch it back.
Alright,
Guys, I'm slow at typing. and
So
also-
obviously you have a PvP encounter here,
what the frick?
where both of them live. Cairo just boosted the other guy,
Like RP void.
and you can see obviously mistake. Can you avoid? Because what's happening is I am, because Cairo boosted him, I am behind the last guy, and I have no way of getting to him. If I void, it's gonna be too late. I'm only hoping for him maybe getting stuck on a block, and I'll be able to catch up. So which is why I say, can you void? Now here, Cairo decides to not void and try to go for the skull, and he gets bowed, and obviously we don't get him. I think here the main thing would be trying not to boost the enemy to our own goal. I think it's just kind of been one of the general reasons we lost this game. Because later on you will see we had a pretty good chance. I think we're actually better than these people. So it's really unfortunate that we lost to pretty dumb mistakes.
I wish we should do their area. I don't know if they toggled
I know
already.
we
Now these people are in fact not cheating. I know Cairo says they might have tolerated or anything, but they're not cheating. It's
I'm just gonna stay behind.
it's
and,
just I guess bridge
you
gameplay.
go attack. I'll-
Here everything's fine. Now obviously Caro tries to do a play here, and everything he does here I think is good, and he actually ends up scoring. I think the most important part here would be our communication, because obviously we tell each other whenever we're going for this guy's skipping, and so I constantly tell him.
Because,
Guys, I wish it was an image though.
I even say
I wish there was an image I could
that I'll stay fully back,
Well, it is.
and
but
nothing wrong with this general encounter.
I can guarantee seconds I'll have to go.
uh-oh.
Yeah. He's already screaming at me.
Rip the win streak? Question mark?
Now I want to talk about this. I don't want to be a broken record, But once again, let's look at this play. We know that he sees two people are here, right? So what I would do, and what I think would be an appropriate play, if you see two people are here, what you want to do is stay back, stay on this area, maybe expand your platform to the right, so you have a wider area. Let me come, and so then we can do a double rush. It's not like any of these people are skipping. Both of them are died. This guy just voided, so this guy voided for you. I'm dead, so I'm about to come, and I would want to stall. Now, if you don't want to stall in this case, and you want to play, you'll have to play more passively, because it's a 2v1. You don't want to play an active 2v1, because you'll just get overpowered. Maybe drop down to this, try to play around here, and then one guy's going to drop for you, you're going to kill him, and then see what you can do from there. But in the 2v1, you generally, especially when it's this far hit, like this, like strongly hippoed, and you don't really have an easy way to get through them, you wanna you wanna stall for your teammates essentially. You either want to make it a 1v1 to let this guy skip by stalling enough and then fight this guy, or you want to wait your teammates, so then maybe your teammate can go that side, kind of distract, and so you have a 1v1. So you never want to take a 2v1 head on. And as we'll find out, this guy, he doesn't even skip. He jumps down, and this would actually be a good opportunity to, to maybe go to like extend the bridge to main bridge and then go through there. However, if we look at actually what happens, he drops down. So same as I just said, how this guy will drop down. He does. However, so does Cairo. And this blocking play, it could have worked. It could have worked for maybe a couple of blocks, but obviously you have two people on you. It's not very realistic, right? You never wanna, like I said, you never wanna go for an aggressive play. There is one advantage to this, and is that he was able to get both of these people, both of them, to go here, and from here I actually have a higher chance, going around. However, in high level bridge, you will only have one guy going for you. You'll have the other one skip, and that's why it's not that good of a play in like higher tier bridge, because you obviously, right, he distracted the boat. I wasn't close enough. Like if he did this later, this could have actually worked if I was close enough. However, I was not close enough, and now they've just both respawned into my face, and there's nothing I can do. This I like.
I'm fine.
If we look at this, obviously, you see one fall. He jukes the other one.
No, I'm fine.
Brute forces. But I can't help but notice this entire like sequence over here. We are not looking up. Look at where we're looking. We're looking down. We don't know what's happening right here. Like they might be dropping onto you. They might be going for me. What are they doing? He has no way to know. And because of this, you can see this guy just backstabs him, right? Backstabs him right at the back, and he falls off. There's so much awareness to be gained just by looking up. Because if you look up, then here in this case, if you see what they're doing, you can stay back, play around this area, maybe go back into this hole, go into this hole, switch sides. However, when you don't know where they are, they just backstab you and fall off.
I made them chase me.
Fine. Both under me. But 5 seconds before she barges into my room. 5, 4, 3.
Here,
I'm 1v3.
Yeah.
But 5 seconds before she barges into my room. 5, 4, 3. I'm 1v3.
Now, I want to look at this. Obviously, I think Carol tried to bypass, but generally, when you're alive here, you don't want to expose yourself and have them drop, because right now, obviously, I killed like if we look at the chat, I killed them all. I killed all 3 of them, but I assume Cairo did not know that, and as he's dropped right here, if there was someone who was on like low HP who survived after beating me, what he would do is he would just drop onto Cairo over here and kill him. Now I know he falls here, and obviously that's like his own technical mistake, but I'm not gonna look at that. I think just the general idea of this play, when you survived over here, so when you survived this drop here, you would want to go closer, like you would want to hug the wall just in case anyone above survived. Maybe dig into the wall actually and gap and play from there. Instead, obviously, I know what he wants to do. He wants to go to one of the side islands. However, when you're on low HP and there's a chance that the enemy survived above and could just drop on you, you always want to prioritize gapping first before going anywhere. Yeah, he falls. Good calls from Cairo here, obviously saying he's skipping. He tried to do the thing where he walks through them with high ping. And there's something to be said about their general bypass they have on the right side. And I'll touch on a bit later. I think at a certain level, you've let too much people bypass, right? I think at a point where there's not that much high pressure, like this guy's over here, you would want to maybe drop into here, patch the bypass, or at least block up their area because you've seen them go into there like what 3 or 4 times. You want to block it off in general. There's nothing wrong with not blocking it off. Because right so far we've been able to deal with their bypass, and I think he assumes I would. However, I've generally taken an approach of staying back more because I've noticed how much times if I leave base, we have a higher chance of getting scored on. So in general, I try to prefer to stay base, so I don't really have the opportunity to bypass that. But you know, it's just something that would be even better if he did in the next game. Yeah, because as you can see,
I'm skipping
he does it again.
Can you wait? Can you wait? Oh my god, we're racing.
I have it.
We were both. I was in you, by the way.
Oh.
Did he mine? Did he mine?
Rise is way better
okay,
creatures
you're-
out there than me. Sorry.
I'm gonna fight him here.
Yeah, I traded. No, he's alive, but... he went...
Now,
No, he's dead.
He's
One.
Cairo here in this whole sequence, he just kind of bypasses everything,
I get him. I'm on defense.
and you know, I tell him I'm on defense, and he still there.
One left. I'm the final.
I'm on
And
defense.
so I think the very last culmination, the very last mistake. So I told Cairo I'm on defense, I'm defending. Obviously you have this guy. This is fine, but then the amount of hits he gets onto him here, and I just have no chance of getting him. And you see this is actually how we lose the game. I'm really screaming at him like just go forward, because I like I've said, I'll stay back, you just go, because I can generally hold him off. I need him to apply pressure, because when we have no pressure, that's kind of the worst part.
I don't know how this guy could one way. No, he's
And so you can see I'm able to kill, generally
I
kill
just
both
froze.
of them. Oh, Carter just
Okay.
froze.
There's something wrong with that. Yeah.
One guy bypassing.
And once again,
I don't know.
we lose to this. Like in general, the main thing was Cairo boosting the opponent. If we eliminate that factor, and I'll show you how to eliminate that factor. What you want to do, like I said before, whenever you have an opponent that is ahead of you, if I go maybe some earlier into the game, with the thing I showed before.
You can start by
One book. You did a zero.
Let me see if I can find
That
it.
was weird. I see though. It's fine. One second.
But in general, whenever your opponent is ahead of you, you want to follow them up until the goal room, and then fight them there. Unless you can void and obviously get in front of them when you void, you never want to boost your opponent towards your goal. Otherwise, this will just lead to a further gap between you and no ability to actually catch up. Now, obviously, this is not the best VOD review for me. I'm very tired and it's pretty late. I have to pack my bag soon. However, I'm just hoping we can improve for the next time. Yeah, see you.